Have you ever been at home and you're lonely on a weekend and you wish you could go to a house party and get laid really easily, but you just can't do it?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
I'm sure you have. I think most people have. This game actually allows you to do that, and it presents you with a lot of desirable options, even if it is in a virtual world. I personally enjoyed it. It reminded me of some older games, especially Leisure Suit Larry, and not many developers are willing to do this sort of game anymore. Hey guys, this is Brax.
And this is Moriarty.
And today we are looking at House Party, which is a game that is exactly what it sounds like. You start off by walking into a house party and you talk to your buddy, and then the game says, hey, try to go get laid. And you spend the majority of your time going around and talking to these nice ladies, and it will give you quests and things to do, like perhaps one of them would like to have a drink, but she isn't able to, or one of them loses her phone, things of that nature, lots of different stuff to do. And I think that the different forks in the storyline and the direction that you can take with each experience makes this very replayable, and that surprised me.
I haven't heard a whole lot about this game other than the fact that it's banned from Twitch and it is basically instant demonetization on YouTube because it's considered to be a porn game.
That's precisely what it is. It is really raunchy, and there are many things that we will not be able to show in this video, and things that I saw that I did not even record the footage for, because I knew that would be the case. I mean, some of this stuff, not even demonetization, YouTube would probably just take your video down. Like, that's how raunchy some of it is. I did find it fun, though, because for me, I decided early on in the experience, after talking to these girls, which one that I kind of, liked the best or would like if this were real life. And they have a nice diverse cast because one of them is like the super basic Starbucks chick, and she acts like she's better than everyone else. You've got another one that's like really mad at her sister, and that's the plot line there because her sister's the one hosting the party. You've got another one that likes to just get really high on whipped cream. Like, she likes to snort the gases from whipped cream in order to get high and dance. Lots of different kinds of chicks to talk to in the game. But the one thing that caught me off guard, and this is questionable for me to say, I'll admit, there are things in this game that aren't necessarily even needed. Like, I accidentally hit the P key, the letter P on the keyboard by accident, and the next thing I knew, every girl at the party, I automatically lost all of the goodwill that I had built with them and their friendship meter, because he pulls out something that starts with the letter P.
Oh.
And for no reason at all, he does that, and I don't understand why. And then there's another button that will allow you to perform certain actions while that's happening.
Oh, God.
So this is porn in the simplest sense. And
not even porn. This is a Harvey Weinstein simulator.
Yeah, okay.
You just pull out your stuff and start waving it at girls in public. Like, wow. I don't know. Okay. So does it completely objectify the women, or are they at least somewhat of people, or what?
It objectifies women, but it also stereotypes men as well, because the one guy at the party, I think his name is Frank, I'm pretty sure that's his name, he sits by the liquor cabinet the entire time that you're playing because he's a straight edge, I'm a bro guy and I don't drink, but I'm still cool, man. And he won't let anyone near the liquor cabinet. And the one guy that will try to go do it, or if you go try to do it, he's like, I'm gonna beat his ass. And he gets up and he frat boys everybody in the room. So they're kind of making fun of that type of culture as well, but they certainly do objectify women and just turn them into walking breasts. It's something, man. Like, the game is really entertaining, I'll say that. If you have the right sense of humor for it and your sensibilities won't be easily offended, you're gonna get a few laughs out of it because it's just so bizarre and it's so taboo.
Oh, man, I don't even know how to feel about this game because I feel like the people who are going to pick this up are the ones who are looking to have a dating simulator with porn, as opposed to people who are trying to have a funny time,
That's true. And I mean, that's definitely going to be something that is marketable to those sorts of people. But I want to be clear, I am impressed with the diversity in the stories, and they already have it where people can go on to the site on like the forums or whatever and create their own stories, and then those stories are put into the game. And there's lots of diversity there where people get to make up the way that they want things to go down. And there's also multiple stories that are in the game itself. So you can play this and maybe you hook up with the girl that you wanted to, but then if you come back and play a different story arc, then she might be a total ass the next time and you don't even want to hook up with her, or you make a decision differently than you did last time. Like, you don't steal Madison's diary and give it to Ashley to try to get with her. You might go ahead and give her her phone and say, oh, your sister's trying to play a prank on you, and get on her good side. So there's multiple ways to go at it, and I think that the decision-making factor in it actually does give a bit of uniqueness to each playthrough. So it's not a bad game. It's just, it's really weird and wild, you know?
So it's not a bad game. It's just, it is a porn game. And the sole purpose of playing it, your whole objective in the game is to get laid.
That is absolutely your objective. But getting laid is pretty difficult because these people are not easy to get along with. And I feel like the drunker they get, the more friendly they get. But at the same time, if you say one single thing wrong in a conversation, the girl's going to be like, get away from me. Like, you're a jerk. And then you've lost all capability to go down that part of the storyline. So it's about thinking, and there are puzzles, you know? Like, if a girl asks you to go get her a drink, well, you have to find a way to befriend Frank before he will let you in the liquor cabinet. And in order to do that, you have to do stuff for him, which might actually involve screwing over Amy. And then Amy's mad at you, which influences your relationship with another character. Like, everything in this house is related to each other, and the decisions you make are very important. And I found that part to be interesting.
Okay, I can dig that. I have a couple of visual quirks here. It seems like every girl is identical except for their breasts.
I think their faces are a little different when you look at each one of them ethnically, right? Like, they do have the Asian girl have Asian features, if you know, you were to picture that or whatever.
Keep going.
The voice actor work, it's okay. It's pretty well done. There's a girl, I think her name's Brittany, that sits upstairs, and she's scared to come out of the room because she thinks that her boobs look too big in the top that she has on, and they gave her a southern accent to play along with the idea of her feeling uncomfortable in this urban environment, I guess. I don't know. Each of the characters do have a little bit of personality that goes along with them, I'll admit that. I mean, I'm making this game sound more complicated than it is. It's a getting laid simulator, but there is more to it than that. And the girls do look different. I don't think they all look the same.
Oh, man, I don't know. Like, this is an entire category of game that I generally avoid with the, what is it, Honey Pop or Huny Pop?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I've always pronounced it Honey Pop.
So, Honey Pop, Huny Pop, whatever, however that game's pronounced, that kind of game, the Leisure Suit Larrys, even though I would not say that this is the same as Leisure Suit Larry, because Leisure Suit Larry has a game in it and you can die and all of that. So that entire genre of game I've just kind of avoided because it's not really something that's terribly interesting to me. But the way that you're saying this is that in actuality this is a soap opera that you have to go through and figure out everything, and the sex is just kind of coincidental.
Well, the sex is the climax, no pun intended. It's the thing that you work towards, and that's like, oh, I did it, I scored. But
so many puns.
But you can die, or not die necessarily, but the Frank dude, if you get caught stealing the liquor because you want to give it to Katie, or Kristen's her name, give it to Kristen, and he catches you, he beats the hell out of you, and then it's game over, man. So there is a way that you can lose.
It's not guaranteed that you're going to sleep with some girl.
No, it's not, because Frank might go frat boy on you before you get the chance.
Oh my god, what is this game, man?
It's a collection of characters. It's a soap opera, like you said, with lots of hilarious stuff. Like the quest, for instance. The quests are like, go get this drunk guy some painkillers because his head hurts. Go steal Madison's diary and give it to her sister, and then she'll help you or hack into her phone and look at like nudes or something. I don't know. It's like all of it's hilarious, but there's a story. It's interesting. Like, there's stuff to do other than just walk up to a chick and say, "Hey girl, can I get your number?" Because if you do that, then she automatically says, "No, creep." Like, you have to be suave, man. You have to use the right lines. You have to do the right dialogue. Can't just walk up to them and expect to get laid easily. Okay, this is a very high class, difficult game right here.
High class porn game. So man, okay. Geez, I wish I had like some insightful thing to say about it, but like, it's a competent porn simulator. Whew.
Well, it's not all about the porn. It's a competent dating simulator in which, you know, the pornography is certainly a part of it. It's a $15 game, and I'll be honest with you, I would recommend it for $15. I mean, unless, you know, you're under 18 or you're sensitive to this sort of material or this type of content, then certainly I'll tell you stay away, because it doesn't hold anything back. It does not play with kid gloves. It's definitely adult oriented. It is pornographic in nature. But if you're an adult and you're mature enough to want to go around and talk to people and get some funny laughs out of something, and then inevitably experience own like video game sex, then I would say $15 is a bargain for this one.
Now, is there a mini game for the sex, or you don't know, do you?
I haven't scored yet because, okay, I was really close with Ashley, and I walked up behind her, and this is another thing that I didn't know you could do, because on the little interaction bar, you click on the right of it to talk, but if you're behind her, it takes her top off. And then after I did that, I went from about to score to that she just never wanted to talk to me ever again. And then I played through a second time, and I was working pretty well on Madison. I was getting in with her. Or no, it was Kristen, the girl that stands outside that wants to drink. And I go to get her a drink, and I tell Frank, the guy that guards the liquor cabinet, I'm like, "Hey, there's a dude over there drinking. You should go, like, you know, go beat him up or whatever." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get him," and he runs off. And then I try to pick the liquor up, and it's like, Frank might see me. And I'm like, he's not here yet. And the minute that I try to pick the liquor up off the floor, he comes back, and then he beats me up, and then I got game over again. So maybe in part 3 I will actually get to the sex, but I'm assuming, yes, it's a mini game if I were to guess. That's what it is in other games that include sex.
So you do plan on going back and playing this again?
Yeah, probably. Don't judge.
I'm judging just a little bit because, again, for me, I just don't see this as anything more than I'm home alone and I want something to ease the tension.
I was speaking with my significant other about the game and told her, you know, I'm reviewing this game and you've got to get a load of this. And of course she refused to play it after I told her about it. But she sounded exactly like you. She's like, this is just an excuse for sad, lonely people to play a video game and feel better about their lives.
Yeah, that's kind of how it feels. As such, I don't know that I could recommend this game for any price unless you're the person who says, yeah, absolutely, I'm looking for some alone time with me and my computer and the internet is down.
To each his own. I thought it was fun. I would recommend it for $15. Moriarty says he does not. I'm going to play it again because I want to win, you know? I want to make it all the way to home plate at least one time before I stop playing this game.
Oh my goodness, this is a game that literally makes sex part of the game as an objective. It's so wrong. Okay, well, I'm glad you like it, Brax. Now I think less of you.
Well, such is life.
So there you go, guys. That is House Party. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. But if you did like it, go ahead and watch another one up there in the corner. And as always,
we'll see you guys on the next one.
Hey again. How's it going?